Just after sunrise every day, Hussein JAAFAR and his crew start their boat's engine and their day's work. Fishing has been his livelihood for nearly 20 years. Catching tigerfish and waharindi from Lake Nubia helps feed his family of 7. But the fish have been increasingly difficult to find for the past 3 years.
This lake is what feeds us, me and hundreds of other fishermen. When the water rises, it becomes very hard to catch fish because they're not concentrated in the lake. There's more water for them, and the lake has been increasing. The gates of the high dam haven't been opened.
Lake Nubia was man-made 50 years ago by filling the reservoir of Egypt's high dam on the River Nile. 80% of the water is in Egypt, and it's known there as Lake Nasser, named after the former president. 20% of the lake is in Sudan's territory, and thousands of families rely on it. They're concerned about the lake's future, and also what's happening in neighboring Ethiopia, where Africa's largest hydroelectric dam is nearing completion. The lake here relies on 2 sources, the water flowing in from the Nile in the south, and the amount of water released by the Egyptian Aswan High Dam in the north. The reservoir of Ethiopia's new dam has the capacity to hold more than the water of the Blue Nile, the main contributor to the Nile. Now, when Ethiopia starts filling its dam, water levels downstream will reduce. And when Egypt opens the gates of its high dam, the size of this lake will diminish significantly. Sudanese people here say the gates of the high dam haven't been opened for 3 years. That's aimed at preserving as much water as possible in the lake, while negotiations over how Ethiopia's dam will operate continue. While fishermen say less water is better for them, those relying on the lake for other reasons, such as farming, have a different view.
Before, we used to need 3 or 4 electric water pumps to be able to get water from the lake to our farms. Now I use only 1. I have lands that have been flooded by water, but we keep expanding our farms. So an increase means more water for us, and a retreat in the lake means more fertile land becomes available. But we may face challenges in getting it irrigated.
The lake is also facing another threat, climate change.
We've seen changes in the lake and areas around it already. Some parts have dried up due to climate change, and there are now fertile lands for farming. But there are parts where the water from the reservoir floods farmlands that already exist and destroys the crops of farmers. So there needs to be an understanding between farmers on the southern part of the reservoir and the authorities controlling the dam so that it ends up a win-win situation for all.
A situation that can guarantee that the livelihoods of those relying on the lake isn't disrupted, both in Sudan and neighboring Egypt. Hiba, Al Jazeera, Lake Nubia, Northern Sudan.